It's the Soul Fantasy Show. Soul Fantasy Show. Hey, it's the Soul Fantasy Show live for March 28th, 2020. Going over the simulated 6-game slate for FanDuel and a 1-game slate for DraftKings. Going over the top picks, plays, and studs on Instagram and Twitter, if your Twitter still exists, which some people have been deleted before. Not mine. Mine's cool. Thanks. Some people get them deleted. Not me. Please, if you already haven't, subscribe to this beautiful channel. It looks like a gorgeous boiling egg. All right, top guys are James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Drummond, Jovic. They have Butler. I'm gonna ignore him. Bam. They've been too much in this lately. They ain't gonna have good games. Zach LaVine. He's either going to get a 16 or a 60, the computer says. Wow. All right, we have Paul, Mitchell, there's Rubio as usual, Kevin Love, Graham, Jonas Valanciunas. 35% chance to get at least 40 fantasy points. We got Ja Morant, who's one of my favorites. 42% chance to get at least 45 fantasy points. He has no chance in getting 60 plus. Because he's a rookie, and the computer's going to treat him like a rookie. There's Will Barton, Serge Ibaka, and we don't have injuries. We don't have anything really to go on. Their last games, 0, 6, 35, 0, 50. It was a possible outcome, 9, So it's hard to tell. So let's just go over our first lineup optimizer for FanDuel today. Let's go over a bunch of free lineups. Hopefully one of them wins for you. There's a lot of guys going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. You get to jam into a lineup. 9 fucking players. Jeez. Man, you're almost playing every guy that's out there. There's only 50 good players. You're putting in 10% of them, basically. So they're priced down. Everybody's priced down. Not a lot of people have high salaries. But let's just go and see, if we do want to put a Russell Westbrook in for 10K and blast him in here like this, then what does the computer do when they want to put somebody like that in there? Then they go down to people like Jay Crowder. They go, down when they find big boys. Like, if you want to get a big boy like Russell Westbrook in, you got to throw in Jay Crowder. So now, so say we want to just put Kyle Lowry back, and we want to try to put somebody a little bit better, like a very expensive guy like Harden in. Let's put him on blast. See, look, here's a lineup with Harden and Westbrook in it. They could both go off easily. The guys that are 4.5K can easily go off, like Joe Ingles, Jay Crowder. So if you want to get Russell Westbrook and Harden in your lineup, which is very plausible, I do not have any problem with it, you're going to have to put in somebody like Paul Millsap, Joe Ingles, and Crowder. So you just put 3 people that are a very low salary, like 4K. I mean, you're not going to want to put somebody like this guy Ron Jefferson in. That's just a little bit too low out of the ballpark, and he's just going to get 9 fantasy points. So let's just generate a couple more lineups with my 2 targeted studs in. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to throw you in a couple lineups with basic lineups, and then a couple lineups with stud lineups. All right, there is the lineups with the studs. Now let's take this stud out because we had a couple with just Harden in it. So here's a lineup with just Harden in it. See, it gets a little better. There's only Dylan. You can put Dylan Brooks in for 4.7, but then you don't have any other guys that are in the 4K range. So if you want to put one stud in who's very likely to get a lot of fantasy points. He's getting 60 plus fantasy points no matter what. But he's 11-2. So let's go over to DraftKings. Let's go to the top players of DraftKings today. Kyrie Irving, Dinwiddie, Harris. It's a one-game slate. Brooklyn versus Boston. Prince, Allen, Jordan, Temple. So this is... You're going to have to throw in some dudes. This is going to be tough. So I'll just get that lineup optimizer for you. So it might be a little easier for you. You might win. Because it's a one-game slate. So your MVP could be Tatum. He's going to be double, I guess, 1.5 the price. Tatum could be a MVP candidate. Kemba Walker there they have. Let's see. Obviously, Kyrie Irving would obviously be a DK MVP candidate and will probably use up a lot of salary. But he's going to command a good 50 to 60 point fantasy game, computer-wise. He might not do that in reality. He could even do it in reality, but it's Brooklyn versus Cleveland. Boston versus Portland. I don't know what these things are, but it says Brooklyn versus Boston. I don't know what they're saying there. It's a one-game slate. So all we have is Boston and Brooklyn guys. Disregard what it says with this Brooklyn versus Cleveland. Boston versus... I guess it's one game. It's 2 games. Then they're only using one team. Let me know what you think. It says Boston versus Portland. It says Brooklyn versus Cleveland. And it says it's a one-game slate. So it's a little weird. But whatever. It's just giving us Boston and Brooklyn guys. So, there's Cantor. He's one of the dirt cheap options you could go to. And there's more. So if you understand how they're breaking this down, let me know. It says Brooklyn versus Cleveland, Boston versus Portland, but it only says one game, Brooklyn versus Boston. So I'm under the impression that it's just some kind of computer error, which they do. They make errors. Say AI's ruling the world and it makes a fucking error. What are you going to do? I don't know. They made a fucking error. Here's an error. Here's an example. What's AI that's controlling every single fucking molecule in the universe going to do when it makes a little error? I don't know. Just joking around, guys. All right. Thanks for getting these lineups out, and have a nice day.